Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your September reading. So this is just going to be a general spread for the month of September. Take what's meant for you that feels like it resonates, leave the rest. And if you want a personal reading, I do offer those a few slots. So send me an email. I'll leave my information in the description box below, like prices and stuff. So you can decide if you want that or are called to it. All right, let's get into Scorpio. So this is going to be, I feel like, open-ended. If love shows up, it shows up. I feel like, a lot of the last readings that I've done so far, and I feel like we're kind of in this collective movement. There's going to be some big financial changes. I feel like in a good way. For some people that aren't prepared, be prepared. It's going to be there's going to be, it's Uranus and Taurus. It's like the tectonic plates shifting, transfers. This is going to be a very interesting time to be alive if that's like one of your interests. I know Scorpios are great traders. It's a psychological, there's an aspect that's psychological about it, so I bring it up. But yeah, let's see. What's in the energy for Scorpio? Scorpios. We also have, we're entering eclipse season. I feel like it's a time that you're going to be excited about. And I think a lot of people, including myself, are like, well, actually, that's not true. I'm excited about it as well. But I feel like you're going to relish this and you're going to handle it much better than a lot of people, is what I feel. So, yeah, be helpful to your neighbor, to your friends, fill them in. I feel like you guys see through a lot of stuff that maybe others can't see through. Be compassionate, but I also feel like it's like being in the middle of a thunderstorm and like not minding it. Yeah, look what's falling out first. So Six of Wands, this is somebody that's gone to battle already. It's like with self, we've done the personal work. This is somebody returning home celebrated, but I feel like what this is talking about, just kind of a continuation of where I was headed. This is somebody that can see things from a different perspective than other people. And you're going to be able to see things from a heightened, wide, I feel like zoomed out perspective. So you're not going to get caught up in the emotional minutia of things as it unfolds. I feel like you're going to do really well. Okay, let's keep going. Crossing, yeah. It's like, let's get this show on the road. Enough stalling. So crossing, this is the Six of Swords. So this is like feeling, and it might be happening now, you might be feeling like not a lot is moving forward. It might be, this is in the mind. So when I look at the Six of Swords, typically the oarsman is God. This is leading you in a surrendered type of energy in a new direction that's more peaceful. But at the same time, it's mental. There's choppy mental energy. This feels like a little bit of chaos. And I actually feel like if you can see that and just kind of mitigate it like a cloud passing. Okay, it's choppy right now, but we're moving through this and it's not gonna last forever. It's a little bit slow. Yeah, the Hermit. So this is the spiritual work in the position of the subconscious, but this is also Virgo energy, which is the season that we're in, right? And it's talking about, I feel like, organization. It would be a great time to get organized, get things set up to set yourself up for the future. I also feel for Scorpio, it's a really important time to be manifesting, like dreaming. So if it's been a while since you've written down, the direction in life that you're going or that you'd like to manifest, I feel like build upon this. You don't have to have the answers, but start to build upon this. Yeah, Judgment, because, well, let me get the rest of the cards out before. This is clearly, this is clearly like an in-between. We're moving in a new direction. Lots of movement energy and waiting and longing and knowing. Yeah, the Star, beautiful. Love to see that. Two of Wands, what's the outcome? The Chariot. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So there's the movement that you've been wanting. I feel like Ace of Swords, yeah. Okay, where do I want to start? Well, let's start at judgment. So judgment comes after death. This comes after kind of like the bottom, and we kind of pick ourselves up. So something in your life, you might have felt like you've reached a little bit of like rock bottom, maybe financial rock bottom, maybe, and this is like kind of having to surrender, a little bit of resistant to surrendering. It's like trying to figure out how to make things work. So there's been a period of time of like kind of spinning your wheels, and we're also coming out of Mercury retrograde in August. So we have a lot of things that we're coming out of, that we're processing, we're revisiting, we're looking over, and then we're coming into like eclipse season. So we're getting ready to have some big changes. And I mean this, even as I'm saying this, I'm seeing like earthquakes. So that means like the foundations of our lives are going to change. And I actually feel like it's very welcomed for you guys. I feel like it's like, I'm waiting for it. Like I'm literally seeing the Three of Wands. I'm waiting for my ships to come in. I'm looking at all the directions out there that I could possibly go. I have my dreams ready. I mean, I kind of feel like that. I kind of feel like, like you go through these depths, and like, especially this Hermit and the Judgment card. I mean, this to me feels like you're ready to receive this karma. And I feel like it's in a good way. It's like, I've done the right thing. I've done the work. I've showed up. And I feel like it's a little bit of feeling a little bit cheated or depleted at this point. And I feel like a lot of us are feeling depleted. I mean, there are soul-sucking energies at play in the universe. It's been a spiritual war for a very long time. Not to get too crazy into it, but you know, if you know, you know, and it's been going on forever. For those of us who have had our awakenings way too early, it's been painful, like decades of pain. And I feel like this is time, and I feel like you're going to start to see it. Like the Chariot is finally here. I can't emphasize enough how lovely this is. It's like, this is crowning the reading. I'm waiting. I know it's coming. And the Chariot, we're moving. And this is in a direction towards destiny. I mean, that's the stars above him. I mean, you get the black and the white horses, the chariots. To me, who did I say this to? This came up before. And so black and white, if you believe in numerology, black adds up to 11, white adds up to 11 if you add up the numbers. 1111 to me is always change. It's always divine change. It's always like, you can trust this direction. There's something here coming in, and it feels like a wave. Like it's like you're surfing and you caught the wave and you're going, ooh, I never even noticed this. There's a wave right here. It kind of looks like a wave, or a little spiral, a little Fibonacci. It's part of the unfolding. It's part of the cyclical nature of life. There's difficult times, and it always has the equal and opposite experience here. So if you feel, again, like the judgment hasn't been in your favor, or it's been off, this is the resurrection of it. The Eight of Cups, I mean, this is in the near future, so this doesn't happen immediately, but it's like a feeling. It's like a little niggling feeling in our souls that something here is coming. It's building, and I think we all kind of feel it. We're all kind of holding our breaths. We're like, well, what is it gonna look like? Is it gonna be a stock market crash? Is it gonna what is the black swan? What is the hairpin trigger? Because it is a tinderbox, you know, it is so fragile, everything, this entire matrix, that it could just go. And this is like not only a metaphor for the bigger picture of things happening in the world, I want to say, in our individual lives, and those of us, I want to say, that are mostly good, that have mostly, you don't have to be an angel, that you are mostly good. You've come here, you've kind of done the work, you've decided to grow. There's also a very fragile nature to your reality that can I feel like very easily change. And I'm seeing it here with the star. Like, what if something so fantastically wonderful came in, I mean, you have, I mean, it's literally your ship's coming in. That's the Two of Wands. Three of Wands, like waiting, optimistic, moving in that direction, taking the first steps. Knight of Pentacles, it's been really slow. But again, it's like you're solid, you know what you want, you know, like I feel like you finally have, I don't know, I just feel, it's not out here, I'm seeing the King of Cups in my mind's eye. I mean, the King of Cups is just solid. Like emotionally can't be kind of perturbed, it's just solid. He's mastered the emotions. Nothing's like triggering you. And if you feel like you need to work on this, this would be a wonderful time, Eight of Cups, so you can get to your 10 of Cups, which I feel like is what you're headed towards. 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. And I feel like this is going to come in the form of, yeah, I mean, well, it's telling me, it's interesting cards. It's like what you want. It's not giving me a specific card. It's a feeling, the sunshine, the sun, that's the yes card. What would you ask for if you knew the answer was yes? I mean, I really feel like, not to be like way too optimistic. And I was even, I was saying this to Aquarius, because Aquarius are getting hit hard by the Aquarius full moon. And it's going to affect us, you know, for, 30 days or so. And Aquarius energy, Aquarius full moon, this energy today is like advice from your best friend that you really didn't even want to hear, but you needed to hear. And it comes from a place of love. It's interesting, like even all of the spreads that I've gotten have been very positive. So maybe you don't want to hear this like, oh, there's a little bit of weight. Like, yeah, you know what? But it's coming here. The Chariot here is coming. Ace of Swords. It's interesting. The overarching theme is Ace of Swords. This is kind of like, I mean, the swords are mental. It's like, I knew it. I feel like there's something coming in. I don't know if you read it on like the news or on your phone. I'm seeing like, or a text message or something comes in and it's like, boom, something changes here. Yeah, something ends. I feel like the mental stress, like the weight of the world, a lot of us have been feeling. And there's like something, you know, in your heart of hearts. It's like a spiritual knowing. It's just an intuitive knowing. That's the High Priestess. It's very intuitive. There's just a knowing. About what's to come. It's definitely something to do with finances here. I feel like we've all kind of been in this involuntary dark night of the soul. I kind of liken it to, I don't know if any of you guys have done ayahuasca, but it's like collectively we all took a cup. Some of us knew we were taking the cup, and others of us like had no idea. And we're just like in it. And some people know how to like release and let go and trust the process, and others are just like gripping for dear life. And that's where, again, I feel with the Six of Swords crossing it, if you feel like you're like trying to control the situation, you kind of try to do the opposite and lean into faith. Faith is everything. Belief, knowingness, taking quiet time in meditation, making space for that knowingness. So removing some of the chaos, the disharmony in the body, maybe doing some yoga if that's your thing, helps, you know, calm the mind, calm the heart. It's definitely an important time because you're getting ready, and it's part of your story. It's part of your karma. It's part of your, it's your energy. It's whatever we put out, it comes back to us in different ways, not the same way, but it's ours. We put it out into the universe, and eventually, I mean, this is a reckoning. Chariot. I am just a little curious. I want to see what this Chariot's about. I didn't pull any extra cards for anybody else yet, so don't tell anybody. What is this Chariot about for Scorpio? What's this Chariot about for Scorpio? Freaking Fool. Yes. Look at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, new beginning. There's stability, family. This is generational wealth. I'm telling you, there's going to be this is the time, if you're an investor, not to invest in the things that are tried and true. This is not the time for that. This is the time for innovation, for new beginnings, for I don't know. I'm not gonna give financial advice here whatsoever, but it's a time for like the structures and the big players and the systems to kind of crumble. So be very careful and cautious. I'll just say that. Some of you though, again, I know a lot of Scorpios that are investors that I talk to every now and again. They'll just check in. Like, it's so interesting. They're like, well, what are you into? I'm like, this isn't advice, but these are my jams. They're like, that's wild. I've thought about that. I'm in that, and it'll be like, I don't know, it's like a tight knit circle. But I do know a lot of Scorpios that are like into it, like they get it. Like there's almost like not a reason why. It's like more of an intuitive belief. And I know you're not supposed to invest in that, but like on that premise, but there's something here coming and changing. And it might be different for some of, other people. There might be some other good investments that you've made, but there's a new beginning here, and it leads to, I feel like, just being able to have the freedom to do what you want. I think that's almost built into the future. I mean, we're into the age of Aquarius, and I've talked a lot about this, like the 3D to the 5D and what that means. Well, my teacher used to tell me, and this is way back before this was even a thing when I was studying in Ecuador. He's like, well, this is going to be a time where we have to align with our heart, our soul's desire as a human, whether this is more humanitarian projects, whether this is what we're meant to do. So maybe you've just been a fan of or obsessed with fishing your whole life. Like, now's the time to pursue it. And it might not make sense, but with the advent of AI, I feel like Elon Musk said, it's not going to be a universal basic income. It's going to be a universal high income. And this is where some things are kind of moving around on the chessboard. And we're going to have to really figure out like what we want to do with our lives, what direction we want to go in. And luckily, I feel for a lot of you, you kind of know, you've done this internal work, you've done this spiritual work. There's this opportunity though that I feel like makes it possible. It may not be this month, but I definitely feel like we're going to start to see some, again, tectonic plates shifting, especially with eclipses, especially with here in America, the elections coming up. There's going to be a lot of just static in the air. You can just feel it. Lots of changes. So it's exciting as well. It's like standing outside, getting ready for the thunderstorm. All right. Let's get what is this deck? The Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. Let's get a card for the sign of Scorpio. Some of you could be getting married. This could be a new start that lasts the distance. If you're wondering if your marriage is going to last, this is a very good omen. Again, sometimes I look at themes. I can make this out a wish come true. You guys have dated a while. I mean, there's some stories again that I could go on and on about. So there is that story here. If you've come for love, I do feel like there's an emphasis though on it really feels like following the dream, the path. I feel like other things will fall into place for sure. I feel like there's just a stressor on being able to do what you want to do that fills your heart. And I feel like you will know what that is, or you're developing what that is, and it's getting closer and closer. One message that would be helpful for Scorpio for the month of September. One message for Scorpio. The Council. Number 11, here we go. 11 is change for me. Let me read it though. All right. The essence. The council are luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. Yeah. The invitation. The council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us have been kind of stripped down, bare naked, and I feel like we don't have a lot to lose. So definitely go after your dreams or make those changes or put the feelers out or initiate even a small step in that direction. So the medicine says you are never alone. Turn to the council to find the guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you pray or meditate. Beautiful. Make time to definitely pray and meditate. For sure, there's something coming in here. I'm curious to see what it is. I'm curious to know what you guys are going through. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys found this helpful. If so, help my channel with a little like there. It'd be most appreciated. I'll try to be back very soon with another reading. And of course, if you want a personal reading, I have my information in the description box, the prices, what to expect, all of that. So I'll leave that there. Otherwise, have a wonderful month. I'll be back soon, Scorpio. All right, take care.